So yeah, fuck it. I'm going to tell you the story of Baldur and why we kiss it under the mistletoe, and of course try and keep it short. If I do go over, there'll be over 2 videos. So, a very long time ago, in a land far, far away called Asgard, there was a mother, Frigg, and her husband Odin, who were expecting a baby. Much to their surprise, that baby turned out to be twins, Hoda and Baldur. Baldur was a beautiful baby, blonde-haired and shining, a quiet, peaceful, loving child. Hoda was the same, but he was also blind. You see, balance, always got to be balanced. The blessing of 2 babies has to be balanced in some way. Baldur and his brother were the closest they could be. As with all brothers, they loved to fight and wrestle and argue. Now, Frigg loved her children so very, very much. And she discovered very soon that Hoda had a special gift, balance, remember. While he was blind, he could hit any target dead on. So as he grew, he was taught the way of archery. So he could become a warrior, because these were prized things for men at those times. And he hit the target every time. He was a spectacular child. Baldur, on the other hand, did not have any particular warrior skills, but he had the skill of joy. He would bring so much joy, laughing and joking, and he would always help people gain resolution in arguments. So he was a fantastic diplomat, and we need diplomats too, especially these days. Baldur, being such a beloved child, loved by all. His mother, as he grew, began to have nightmares, terrible dreams of a terrible death to come upon her beloved child. As any mother would, she was desperate to ensure that his survival, because the loss of Baldur would be so devastating. So she went to every creature, every plant in the world, and made them swear an oath upon her oath ring, and we know how important that is, that they would never harm her son. There was one plant. Nobody thought much of it. It wasn't any good for medicine, as it was poisonous, and all it did was destroy trees and leach from them, so it was often just destroyed itself. Mistletoe. Very plain looking plant, just dull white berries that nobody could eat. So she didn't bother asking mistletoe. She thought, what's the point? Now they had another kin member, Loki. Oh, how he loved to jest with the gods, bringing a lot of balance, I must say, for without Loki we would not have the runes. One winter eve on Yule, as was very common, everybody loved to give Hoda different arrows and get him to shoot Baldur, because Baldur was immortal, nothing could harm him. But this particular Yule eve, Loki passed him an arrow made of mistletoe. Nobody knows why. But mistletoe, being the one creature that did not swear an oath, and Hoda being able to hit any target, hit his brother dead on, and he passed away into the Summerlands. Devastated the whole kingdom, especially his mother. She fought her way to the underworld, to her sister Hela. Hela could not let him go. You cannot live again once you have died. But she understood the pain of a mother's loss. So she told Frigga, if you can make every creature in the world cry for your son, I will return him in the spring. For this is also the story of winter. For when everybody was mourning, the world went cold and dark. Frigga desperately went to every creature in the kingdom, and all but one giantess, who we suspect may have been the trickster Loki in disguise, who refused. She point blank refused. Why should I cry for him? I don't know him. He is not my child. I feel no loss. So sadly, Baldur had to stay in the Summerlands. As is wont for the gods, she had another child, and this child would descend her vengeance upon the murderer of her beloved son Baldur. And what she forgot was it was her other son who cast the arrow, her other beloved child who dealt the death blow. Even though he was tricked, it was Hoda who paid the price. And while he was reunited with his brother in the Summerlands, his mother was left devastated with the loss of 2 sons. Loki, of course, was punished, as the gods will do. He was cursed with being chained in a cave to have his liver forever, over and over again, plucked out by the giant eagle. And Frigga declared mistletoe to be a holy, holy plant, and that all should remember the devastation of a mother's loss. And that is why we kiss under the mistletoe, to remember a mother's love and to remember a tragic loss. And that, my friends, is the story of Baldur and mistletoe. But you know what? I have heard that Baldur is able to break free, and he is free to wander the earth for 6 months a year, and only a mother knows. And that is why we have spring and summer and harvest. For her, icy tears of loss are stemmed when she knows that her son has freedom. Now I know I mixed that up a little bit with Demeter and Persephone, but we all like a happy ending, don't we? And wouldn't it be nice? So next time you kiss under the mistletoe, don't forget that you are remembering a mother's love. And that is the story, my friends. I'll see you soon.